Welcome back to another episode of the Out in the Open podcast.
Sir.
It's your host, Jay Mackin, and today I'm with my co-host, Coach Cherry and Jacob, man. What's good with y'all, man?
We good. We got a good one today.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
we always do.
For
Yes,
real. But for the people who are listening for the first time, make sure you guys are tuning into each episode. And we're on YouTube, Out in the Open podcast. Make sure you guys watch all the full episode that we've been uploading on YouTube every Friday at 12 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in every Friday at 12 p.m.
Facts.
The audio is gonna be uploaded. The YouTube is gonna be uploaded, and the IG page is gonna be we're gonna be putting contents throughout the week. You know, to get that buzz and to make you guys feel like, oh, something major coming, you feel me? So make sure you guys tune into each episode, and we appreciate every support that you guys have shown over the years, you know, since 2020, and now we in 2022. So now we have bigger things that we want to do, so we really appreciate you guys, man. For today's episode, man, I don't think they're ready for this.
Yes, sir. Well, we're just going to put it out there, you know what I'm saying? I think we have one of the greatest trader, you know, that I know personally in the building, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, before we get into all that, we really wanted to, really give you a platform so you could, explain and tell your story. So we're going to start where you from, bro?
Shoot, I'm born and raised Orlando, Florida.
Yes, sir.
You already know.
Wait, what's your name?
Junior Charles.
Junior?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for coming, man. I know it's kind of a hectic timeline for us to have this and have you come in.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that you took a moment of your time to come out here.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate
man.
that.
No
Yeah,
problem. It's
so-
all love, man. Y'all my peoples.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
So
it.
yeah,
man.
so how was it being born in Orlando? How was that process and your childhood?
Well, in my childhood, growing up, my parents were kind of back and forth, arguing, divorce. So
Yeah.
that happened when I was young.
Mhm.
So I was kind of going back and forth, kind of moving in between a lot of places. Like I lived in Pine Hills, I lived on Rio Grande, I lived on Americana, I lived in Ivy Lane.
Just hoods, boy.
Yeah, just hoods. But,
Oh, snap.
but you know how it is, bro.
Yeah.
So majority of my childhood, I was just going back and forth.
Mhm.
And then I ended up living with my mom. And then from there, we moved to Ivy. I was there for from 6th grade to high school.
Yeah.
And then that was pretty much it. Just,
But how
living in
was that
different locations.
transition from different type of parents? How was that kind of made you who you are in school? Starting in middle school, how was that for you?
Well, I don't know. Growing up in a Haitian household is kind of tough
Yeah.
because they have these expectations and they don't really understand. They have the perspective of okay, well, I'm from Haiti, so these are the struggles that I go through. But now you're in America, you have a better chance than me, which is true.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember that I'm also black in America, so
Yeah.
there's other struggles and things that we have to go through and overcome in the way
Yeah.
the system is. Middle school, I could say that with everything going around, in all those neighborhoods, the crime and all that stuff that was going on back in the day, my outlet was music. So I could say that being in band and doing music kept
But
me
what school
distracted.
you went to?
I went to Carver.
Okay.
So I went to Carver Middle School.
Yeah.
Joined the band. I was there, doing my thing. 'Cause
What you played?
I played the trombone.
Trombone?
Yes, sir.
Jacob,
Yeah, I
you
played the
said
trumpet.
the trumpet?
Yeah.
All right,
You know, the crazy, yo.
We might have to have a battle.
Yo, I used to play trumpet back in middle school, but I didn't like it. And back in high school, that's when I did percussion, and then my senior year, that's when I did the snare for marching band.
Which is the one that you carry on your stomach?
Yeah.
Which one is that one?
That's the snare.
Snare, or you could have the tenor too,
Yeah.
on there, or the bass, the
Bass drum.
so you could the bass drum, so you could play
So music was your outlet
Yeah,
in
music
middle
was
school?
my outlet, yeah. And then shout out to my teacher, Mr. Redden.
Yeah,
big shout out.
A big shout out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, cause like the way he had us and the way he was like teaching us how to play. One thing that I was able to observe is seeing how he taught. So like picking up on that, like, okay, I understand that you're teaching me, but I understand how you're also teaching me, because when you get into leadership positions and band and stuff, you also got to teach other people.
Oh, okay.
So it's like being able to be taught and then take the exact way that you're taught and then teach somebody else the same way. So that's something that I really picked up, and then that went to high school. You already know, during high school, I went to Evans.
Evans.
All 4 years?
Yeah. Wait, when you graduated?
15.
I graduated 13.
2015.
I seen you. I graduated
For real?
13.
You know,
Yeah,
my
I
hair-
seen
my-
him.
My hair wasn't as long as
Yeah.
you know, I was Afro mode at that time. But
So would you say like your teacher kind of taught you like leadership, right?
yep.
Oh, okay.
Leadership,
So how's that?
discipline.
How's that skill going to like high school?
I ain't gonna lie, in high school, I was barely in class.
And this man was skipping.
I was skipping. I was in the band room every day, just doing whatever. Because at the end of the day, like I was really understanding of things from a young age. Because you know, when you go through a struggle and stuff, you kind of learn things quicker. You kind of have to grow up faster. You have to understand that, okay, well, your parents got to go to work to eat. You got to do this to, you know, all that stuff. You can't have all the luxuries that you want to have. So it's like, going in high school, I was just realizing like, yo, so you telling me that I have to do 4 years of this, go to college, and like 90% of people don't even get a job, and what they went to school for?
Wait, this was your mindset and like
Yeah.
straight from high school, like
Because
freshman year?
Yeah, because the one thing about my freshman year is, shout out to my big bro Eckerson.
Big shout out.
Yeah, the thing about it is I hung out with the seniors. So my close family was the 2012 class.
Okay.
So I was like, it was just like the class of 2012, the seniors, and I was the only freshman hanging out with them. But being around them, it's like, think about it. You have people who have already experienced life before you. So all their trials and tribulations and things like that, I witnessed that. So I was able to grow up faster and realize things faster. So I barely hung out with my class like that, outside of like band and like a couple people. But I was with my 2012 people every day. So being
So that was
14
before I graduated. So
Yeah,
you was
so-
with old ones.
Yeah, being 14 years old and hanging out with 18, 19-year-olds, like it puts you in a whole different mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's good.
So you basically saying that you hanging out with those people had an influence on you.
oh yeah, all my brothers. We got group chat right now. All my brothers, bro. All my brothers have helped me out in some aspect as far as like perspective, wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I was going through those trenches in my life, they was there to hold me down. So that's why I always give big shout outs. We always look out for each other. So that's what it's really about.
That's dope.
Wait,
That's dope.
during that time, as far as not being in school and not participating like in the educational system aspect, did
Right.
you fall into that other side of the spectrum as far as dealing with people that do things that you normally wouldn't want to do because of that lifestyle of being in that
Drug
traps?
sex.
Yeah.
Drug
No.
sex.
It was like, well, I mean, high school, Evans, it is what it is. Things are gonna happen, but
That's big facts.
Man, you put
I
us
went there.
You put us in a box right there.
hey, if you was there, you was there. You know what I'm saying? you know. But I don't know. It's just being on that side for me. Like I wasn't going to classes. I was finishing my work, but it was just like
Okay.
just being in the band room, because I was like, at the end of the day, my parents don't have enough money to get me a scholarship. I don't really care about this work because I felt like I was trapped. Like, imagine being in middle school, you doing all the work early, finishing everything, and then now you're in high school, and then you got to move at a specific pace. Like I already know what this is. You're holding me back. So I'm like, okay, but back to it. I know at the end of the day, the only thing that was really gonna help me go through college was a music scholarship. So I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go hard in this, master my craft, whatever, get a scholarship, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what it was right there. So I was like, shit, science and all this other stuff and whatever, at the end of the day isn't going to get me my scholarship. So long as I get decent grades in that and actually focus on, because when you try out for college, it ain't like no, if you decent, okay, you could join. Like you have to be elite, to a certain degree. So,
like, was your your parents' situation? Did they and knowing that it's not financially it's not a financial platform when you go to the house. Like financially, your parents are like going through it. So it's like, did that kind of give you a hope, like a hopeless, like vibe going through high school, where you was like, it is what it is?
Not really, because it taught me to be frugal.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, if you're literally living off the bare minimum and you're alive, what more can you ask for? Type of energy.
That's a great mindset.
Yeah, but at the same time, the only environment that makes you feel bad about being unfortunate is trolls and bullies and all that shit, because they're gonna be like, oh well, you don't have this, that, and the third, and you wearing this again, and it's like, okay, but then I made a status about this the other day. I'm like, all right, now that we're the adults, things ain't cheap. Some of us have kids, and now you're gonna understand that sometimes you can't get them 17 million pairs of Jordans every year. Like sometimes you gotta rock the same shoes the next year. Like you know how it go.
Yeah.
So
do you feel like with your past, as far as being in that space where you have a lot of older people that's giving you wisdom, it kind of made you learn quicker in that aspect of not making so much mistakes as they did? Or did you still feel like you got jammed up? Like, did you have to deal with police in that aspect? Or was it easier for you to get into that access? Like, okay, I'm gonna do what they do because they smooth with it. Because you know how like Big Brother, you look up to them and they balling, they doing things. You're like, man, let me do that instead of school. Was it more like that, or you just focused on music?
It wasn't even on some like, oh, I'm hanging out with the seniors and we doing like random shenanigans and stuff. Because I could say like, what, out of all my brothers, like 5 of them went to the Marines, so we was on like the straight and narrow. Like we wasn't on that type of, oh, we just wilding out. Like, nah, that's not our type of energy.
Hey, big shout out to them too.
Hey,
big facts.
Them boys going in right now.
Why ain't you fall into that? Since they, like you said, 5 of them?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean,
wow, that's a lot.
Well, one thing about it is it's a whole bunch in the middle between that. I'm not gonna lie, but one thing about it is, when you go to the Marines or the military or the Army, whatever,
Oh, you had the locks?
Yeah, I had the locks.
Yeah,
man. I'm not letting go of the locks.
Yeah.
So it was a decision that you had to make.
Coming from our culture, shit,
Wait, did your dad have dreads?
Nah.
Wait, so how you broke?
I'm the only. Hey.
How you broke that shelf for like your mom, your dad?
So
were
like, I was living with my mom, and then like she went to Haiti one time, and like while she was in Haiti, I locked up, and then when she came back, she kind of had to like accept it.
It's over with.
She gonna pray for it though,
because growing up in a Haitian household, like going up your hair is a problem, and like.
Yes. They want us to be in this blue collar, white collar environment where it's like, you have to have your beard shaved.
Yeah.
Zero. Zero.
One.
Yeah.
Not even with the edge, bro. A zero. Straight bald.
Straight bald, bro. Yeah. Don't question that.
Nah, bro. Can't do it. Nah.
But till this day, my parents be bugging me.
About your beard?
Yeah, bro. And be like, dang, are you going to cut it? I'm like, nah, Mom. I can't. It took me a while to go that. I'm not gonna cut it. I'm sorry.
It's because it's just a depiction from they're an older generation. So it's like even if they're Haitian, they was like watching TV about America. How does America depict black people? Thugs, whatever. They look like this. They look scruffy. They look this, that, and third. But I'm like, but that's how we look though. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. Like we have so many, like black entrepreneurs and things, athletes, musicians, all that other stuff. Podcasters, whatever the case may be, looking however we want, and they can't stop us from making that, making that money.
Yeah, that transaction.
Right.
But they don't know that.
Yeah,
we gotta just show them.
So how was your relationship with your parents?
You talking about currently?
No, just going through, going through high school, really. Because
I could just talk about life in general.
Yeah.
My relationship with my dad was lit because he was always there making sure that because because I'm the last son.
Yeah.
You know how that go in our culture. You know, you're the last one, so you're the junior. Like,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
the last one. So like, you know, our relationship was cool. We kind of like butted heads at times, and it wasn't necessarily because of like, I feel like it was just more of misunderstanding because you have a Haitian parent raising an American child. So I'm going to have an American mindset. I'm not going to think, because, you know, we're free. We're literally the land of the free. So I'm going to have a more ambitious mindset, a more outgoing mindset than you are. You thinking like, oh, well, if you go do this, then that's bad for you. Not necessarily.
Facts.
You're just afraid.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. Of course, you always want to protect your son, make sure he's doing the right thing. But, like, we know. So, as far as my mom, oh, man.
I know the story about your mom, but I want you to tell it. I want you to speak about it.
My mom, everything was kind of, at the beginning, it's crazy because I was living with my dad at first.
Yeah.
And then my mom, like, one day I was just at school, I think it was like 3rd grade, and she just pulled up and she was just like the principal was like, yo, somebody's here for you. I think it's your parent. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of school early. Like, do you know this woman? I'm like, yeah, that's my mom. And then we just left. And then that was it. I was just living with my mom forever after that. Like, she literally just scooped me up and just left.
That's great.
Wow.
So shit was crazy. But yeah, my relationship with my mom, things was cool. I mean, she kind of left me alone most of the time. So there was not a lot of communication and stuff like that growing up. I don't know, shit was tough because, you know, being a single mom, and then also, you know, I don't know how she was raised.
Yeah.
So I can't really fault her for acting the way that she act.
Yes.
But yeah, she made it a little tough for me sometimes, especially towards the end, because towards like 17, so like towards the end of my senior year, yeah, she had kicked me out the crib.
Oh, snap.
So I had went through like a whole little.
Why you think so though? Why? Why she kicked you out?
Patience. She was being impatient because you know they have all these standards and stuff, and they believe like, okay, well, if you're not a doctor, lawyer, electrician, some type of, you know, engineer, then you're not gonna do anything in life. And you know, they think that all the friends they're hanging out with are bad friends, and you know, all these little crazy things and stuff like that. And then a lot of disagreements as well because, again, Haitian parent, old school Haitian parent at that. So, you know, doing all the old school stuff that we know that, you know, island people do. American child. It's not gonna work because I'm not gonna agree with everything that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, that little part right there, that's pretty much where like the struggle began right there. That was the like one of the toughest parts of my life right there.
So you were still in school at that moment, right?
Yeah.
Oh, still in high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang. How did you go through that? Like were you homeless?
Yeah.
You know,
I was, because you gotta think about at the time, we're like what, 17, 18, so it's not like I could just go to my homeboy house and be like, yo, I need somewhere to stay, because you don't have your own crib.
Yeah.
It's your parents' crib. Your parents gonna be like, who is that? Why they got kicked out? What is wrong with them? Oh, he got dreads? Oh, nah, he can't stay with me.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red flag.
All that good stuff. And it's just like, nah, my mom was just being green as fuck. So it's like,
Damn.
Wait, did you tell your dad, your older brothers?
see, now here's where things get a little deeper, because 5 months prior to getting kicked out, my dad passed away. So I really didn't have anywhere to go.
My condolences.
Yeah,
My
my condolences to that.
Yeah, man.
Sorry about that, bro.
Huh?
I say I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's good, bro. It's good. But yeah, so that's like a double whammy.
Yeah,
right there.
on top of dealing with
On
that.
top of dealing with that. So it's like, and it's crazy because I remember when it all happened. Like, shout out to my boys, because again, my boys held me down and stuff like
that's
that.
good.
But you know, it's crazy because, you know, how we talk about friends and family. Like, when I had got kicked out, I went to all my family members' houses on my mom's side and on my dad's side. They all stay here.
Yeah.
And they all like
Denied.
Because, you know, hey,
Wait, you literally had a bag and
yeah, knocking on their door, all that. Like, you can ask my boys, they was there. Like,
Damn.
literally, I'm like, they was like, yo, they letting you stay? They're like, nah, bro. And it was like, all right, man.
you think it was your mom that told him like
Nah, it's
not
just,
to?
you know, bro, you know how Haitians be. Bro.
Yeah. That is true.
You know how Haitians be, bro. They be on that tough love energy, and they be like, well, at the end of the day, as soon as you turn 18, you're an own adult. So I'm not responsible for you, blood or not. Like, it's savage, bro. It's savage.
So going through that, like, how was like graduating? Like
All right, so it's like, finish school or whatever, and then just bouncing back and forth from place to place, whatever the case may be. And then I finally like got my first job.
Mm-hmm.
So like having my first job, I was like, racking up some money, doing what I needed to do. I was finessing a couple plays on the side, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's kind of just where the base began. Because the moment I was able to get like a stable location, because I was just going from couch to couch.
Yeah.
And then my homegirl, she let me stay with her. So that was like the first stable location I was able to like really, because I was getting money at this point, but I ain't have nowhere to stay. So it's like, imagine just being in the street, backpack full of money, doing whatever you got to do. And then like, it's dangerous out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the moment she let me stay with her, I was able to stack my bread, stuff like that. I had my job. I went to my second job, because my first job I worked at Nike, worked there for a couple months. My second job I worked at HP, Hewlett Packard. So I was like, working my job and then doing my thing on the side. And then one day, this one of my friends on Facebook, she hit me up, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, yo, I'm about to do this little meeting. I'm like, what this meeting about? She's like, it's a
transaction?
No, it's like a it was for IML.
Snap.
You know how that go.
Oh, she introduced you to that right there.
But somebody hit me up about that too.
Here's the thing. She didn't even introduce me. The person who introduced me is my homeboy Eli.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Eli.
Big shout out.
Yeah, man, because when I was in the struggle,
Yeah.
like towards 2016, he hit me up and he was all like, yo, I'm in this trading thing, woo, woo. And I seen him and Jack, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
his
Jack,
cousin.
yeah.
I seen both of them.
Yeah.
They was doing their thing, and I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, all right, but it's going to be this much a month to join, and woo, you can get your little residuals, X, Y, and Z. I'm broke, so I can't do nothing anyways.
Yeah.
But when the girl hit me up, I went to the meeting. It was just like, I don't know who it was. I guess some pastor guy, and like I think he had like 2 sons or whatever. And he was just talking about some, Forex and, residuals and, recruiting and X, Y, and Z. There's like, here's the business side and here's the trading side. All right. So with the business, right? And like once he went there, I was like, yeah, no. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, so if you can make money, X, Y, and Z, do bread. I was making money, so I was like, monthly subscription, it's nothing. I could pay that off. So right before I signed up, I hit up Eli, bro. I was like, yo, I'm about to join this shit. Because, I'm thinking, okay, Forex is
A gold mine.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's just a thing. Like, Forex is just a thing. And, anybody who joins it is a part of the community. It's not really like that. But, you know how the mindset is when you not knowing.
Yeah.
I hit him up. I'm like, yo, I'm about to join the team. Woo, woo. He's like, who you signing up under? I'm like, this girl right here. Woo. He's like, all right, did you do it yet? I'm like, nah. He's like, yeah, don't do it. I'm like, why? I'm like, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, so you're about to pay a monthly subscription, all right? And you're about to pay the next person money to make the same amount of money as them. So, like, say, for example, if we trading or whatever and we taking the same trades, like, you my boss and I'm the employee, but we getting the same check.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, and
That
on
don't
top of
make
that, for those that
logical
don't know about IML, they also get money off the teams as well.
Yep.
So it's like a whole umbrella scheme type thing.
Yeah, so like, whenever they recruit, they be like, hey, here's the monthly subscription, but if we recruit just 2 people, you get your subscription for free. So that's how they kind of like get you to backstab your friends and stuff like that.
It was beginning like some type of pyramid scheme. And
but I don't really be trying to give them clout and stuff like that, cause
we know about that. IML.
Yeah, somebody hit me up about that. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Too much airtime. But when I hit him up, he was like, yeah, he has this course, whatever. Boom, this is like mid 2018, like August 2018.
Yeah.
He pulled up to the crib. We met up, we chatted it up, cause I knew Eli since high school.
Yeah.
We went to the same high school. We was in band together.
Yeah.
Eli was in band too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he played
I
saxophone.
know Eli too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I paid for the course. He put me on. He started teaching me, and then I was just getting nice with it. So it was just like that one little opportunity, like my homegirl, like literally helping me with the stability, and even the things on the side. People who was helping me with the things on the side, they heavily put me onto things, and that's kind of where I learned like business. So it was just a lot of things.
I would say one thing that, because I signed up with his course, and one thing that I learned from you personally is like you give it 120. I'm talking about like this man is in the charts 4 or 5 hours, like just looking at the charts and analyzing it. So was that just like the fear of the experience of like, bro, I don't never want to be homeless again? Was that back in your mind? That was that drive?
Of course, because once I picked up that first dollar, there was no going back. So it's like when I was learning this, and there's something else that really pushed me into just trading as well, because when I was working my job at Nike, I was like depositing a check or whatever, and I was riding a bicycle, and I was on the sidewalk, and somebody was coming out of a neighborhood, and they were on their phone. So, they didn't see the stop sign, or they weren't even looking, period. And as I was crossing the crosswalk, they hit me.
Oh, snap.
So being a part-time employee, it's like, okay, I'm part-time, I'm injured, I can't go to work, I'm not getting paid. And then when I do go to work, my back is fucked up, my leg is messed up, my arm is messed up, and I got to go back to the hospital because I can't work. Now I'm out of work again. So like that moment kind of gave me like, okay, you literally have to use your mind to make money. Like you physically can't do work to make money anymore. Like not saying like I can't do anything, but it's like long hours of work, that's not where it's at. Like I can't do it. So that's kind of like something else that kind of pushed me to go trading full time and doing all that stuff. Because if I could make money sitting down and not doing nothing and chilling on my couch, like,
So what was the process? Oh, you can go.
So at that moment when you was like almost like down and out, really, did you ever try to reach back to your mom, or that was like a closed case?
Oh, that was closed case.
For real?
Yeah,
So
I always went back to my mom's house, and the only thing she would do is like give me mail and stuff like that. She wouldn't let me
18
in.
basically vibes, like
Like you 18, like I don't have to let you in. Like later down the line, everything kind of like was
full
straight.
circle,
Everything was good. Like mom is straight. Like I could be in the house again and all that stuff. I grew up more, and I had to have a real conversation with her as an adult. Because one thing I will say is they'll treat you bad because you're an adult, and you have to handle what you got to handle. But at the same time, once you're an adult, they'll actually hear what you have to say because now you're an adult. So you're not speaking to me as my child anymore. It's like adult to adult. So yeah, we squashed that. I'm not tripping about it no more.
So you're saying that before it was like a pride thing because you were the kid and or the the growing up, and what they had to say was that was it.
final. It's basically final say.
Yeah, final say.
Yeah. So I want us, for you to give us a story of like the process of like starting Forex, and because listen, everybody that I know that trades have a story when they got clapped. And I'm talking about when they're like, you know what, I don't think this shit for me for real. Like, when was that? Like, give me a story of that when that happened.
Well, my Forex journey was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of strange because it's very rare how my story played out.
Why do you say that?
Because, like, I could say the guidance. So, like, my teacher already been through all the losses. So he taught me how not to lose. Not saying I didn't lose, because I was like, his first mission that he gave me, he said, grow this $100 account to a $1,000 account.
You talking about Eli this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, if you're able to accomplish that, then you could accomplish anything. So this is things that he told me. And like, I was trying like $200, I flipped it to $400, and I'll take an L. And then I'll flip it to $600, but I'll take an L. So I'm fighting with the market, going back and forth. But ultimately, like, now that I'm here right now, the only reason why I was losing was because I didn't know what I was doing at the end of the day. Not saying I didn't have the knowledge with the course, but like actually executing the knowledge and actually doing it exactly how it's supposed to be done. So that's what caused me to lose, because now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, man.
So were you like scared? Like, was it something like you weren't fully into it? Like you didn't believe that you could do it?
Oh no, I knew I could do it because I was already interested in it. Like when it comes down to the Forex market, it's all about numbers. The business I was doing had to do with numbers.
Yeah.
You had your numbers. You had to calculate certain things. You had to make sure that you had certain amount of things at certain times. You had to set your prices. You had to do all that stuff. Just basically business. So it's like being in the streets, like literally in the streets for real, and understanding how economics works on that level.
Hood economics.
Hood economics.
Yeah.
And then like looking at the chart and be like, oh, y'all just doing the same thing. Okay.
So that pattern.
Yeah, that pattern. So it's like, you know, putting the knowledge that, you know, he gave me and then really just buckling down. Like you just really, because I was trying to find the answer. I spent 6 months on the chart straight. 6 months straight just watching, like not going anywhere, not talking to nobody. I'm just on the charts. And then one day I just had the epiphany and I found out the answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So it took you 6 months to realize the things that you're doing wrong?
Yeah, 6 months. So through all the mistakes and stuff like that, on the 6th month is when the light bulb clicked and I figured everything out.
So did you let him know about it? Did you?
Oh no, he witnessed it.
Oh, he was there when it happened?
Yeah, he was there. Like it's crazy because him and somebody else, we all had a group chat together.
Yeah.
Because by the 3rd month, you was in a group chat.
Yeah.
Because I was so really just on my charts for real, I was able to vocalize what I was finding, what I was seeing, things like that. So it was like I was learning and teaching at the same time. So he kind of like gave me I'm observant, like how you teach me, I witness how you teach me, and I try to teach others like that. So it was like we was all in a group chat, and like we all had like a small account. I had like 200, he had 200, our other boy had 200, and we was just trading together. And like when I told them like, yo, I figured it out, I'm in all these trades, they're ignoring my messages. Like they taking L's on the other side.
Oh, snap.
They taking L's, they ignore my messages. I'm like, yo, I'm up 3 bands. Like I finally accomplished my taking like a small account to like over $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm up 3 bands. And they're like, all right, yeah, congratulations. I'm like, yo, it's still going. Like, and then I was up 10 bands, and I was like, yo, like this thing's still going. And then next thing you know, like I think this event happened with Apple where they like sold their stock or whatever the case may be, and like market crashed, and I hit like 30K.
Whew.
I hit like 30K, closed
I
all my
remember
trades.
you was explaining that. Like, so how that felt?
That's the most money I've like, it was kind of crazy because it's like, it's not the fact that it was so much money.
Yeah.
It was the fact that I was actually able to make the money itself. Like, it's a difference.
Did you withdraw?
Of course.
Shit, I would have withdrawn.
Come on, bro. Like, think about it. Well, at this time, I'm 21, going into 22.
Yeah.
So I'm 21 years old. I just came from everything that I just came from, and I just hit for $30,000 in the Forex market.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
Like, but that's just like what, month 6?
Yeah.
Damn.
What type of trader are you? Are you swing, day?
See, the thing about
With that moment though.
I'm a
that
swing
30K.
trader all the way.
Okay,
so
swing
it's
trader,
like
okay.
long-term trading is always the best type of trading because it's like even the smaller moves that you see in the market overall connect
Adds
into
up.
a bigger move.
Yeah.
So it's like the bigger move is always going to be the picture. Like Warren Buffett, the best trader in the world, this man been buying stocks since 1980. Stock's been up this whole time. Down, so it's like, you know.
So when you hit that 30K, like going back to like your peoples, your family, how was that? Did you tell them about it? Like,
Hell no. I hit my 30. I was good because at the end of the day, what was I supposed to do? Be like, hey, I hit 30K and now you blowing up my phone talking about you want X, Y, and Z. Like,
Yeah.
You was green to me. 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 I got my own life to live. I gotta establish my own legacy, stepping from here forward. Because whatever y'all got going on, I'm not a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I want the viewers to understand. Like, I never experienced being homeless. None of us did.
No.
But I talked to people that experienced it. It's the most embarrassing, it's the most low of the lowest, right? And then for you to hit 30K, like, how did that feel? Like, I just want to know. Like, I want you to explain how did that feel, bro? Because I don't think people really understand, bro.
They don't but the thing is, I was already, like, you know, because of my side hustle, because of my job, I was already making some type of bread.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I was able to save like 6,000, 7,000, and I told myself, I was like, bro, the moment I make more money than what I'm making on this table right now, I'm gonna stop doing this right here, and I'm gonna focus on Forex.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what it was. So like all my bills is getting paid for, you know, my homegirl, you know, me staying with her and stuff. So it wasn't like I was worried about anything at that moment. I knew I had like a floor.
Yeah.
But hitting that 30K, how it made me feel, here's how it is, right? Being homeless, you're behind. Because of that event, I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you homeless, you seeing your friends in college, they're graduating, they're doing all this, big accomplishments, X, Y, Z, and you feel like you're behind.
Yeah.
And then you hit for 30. Now it's like, I went from, it's like, say if this is the average person, I went from being on this side, which is the bad side, to just skipping straight forward ahead of.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Things of that nature. So it was just like, I find it like a cheat code. Like with Forex, it's like, if you're behind, it'll catch you up.
Yeah.
If you're just a normal person, it'll put you ahead. And if you're already ahead, it'll just keep pushing you more.
Keep pushing you more.
It doesn't even matter. So when that moment, I was running around the house and everything. I was lit. I was like on Facebook, like, yo, I just doing 200 and I'm up 3K. And you know how I do my stories. Update.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because when I first hit that 30, a lot of people just looked at it and they was just like,
They was hating.
no, they was just like, okay. Like, because, you know, people don't understand.
Oh,
Forex.
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I knew I hit 30.
Yeah.
The trading group knew I hit 30. My friends knew I hit 30, but people on the internet looking and they're like,
It's a bunch of numbers.
It's a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, and not only that, they really, some of them, when they in that, they really hating on like, oh, it's a demo, it's not real.
Yeah.
So a lot of some people, they don't really understand like
Yeah, that's true.
the power of it, because there's two sides of like when you trade, because there's a lot of times people will trade with live accounts, and then there's some people that trade with demos. But when that hits you, you was like, yo, this is real. This is the real deal.
Real money. I even posted the real
Account,
But you know, people just think it's numbers. So hey.
Yeah.
So what you do, like, what did you spend it after the withdrawal? Like,
I
did you?
just put it away because I was saying like, okay, here's my first 30K. So in my head, I was like, all right. So if I ever were to have kids,
That's
straight.
them. They
That's
straight.
them.
Yeah.
That's what was on your head that moment.
That's crazy.
Because you have to like me. I think ahead. Like I'm a
Futuristic thinker.
like that's just me because it's like, think about it. If I was able to do it once, I might as well knock out
Another one.
that thing out the way. Like,
Yeah.
okay, everybody knows eventually what are we here for? To create, and then do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let me get this out the way now. So it's like, okay, if I ever fell into a situation to where if I had kids or not, whatever the case may be, that's already handled.
Yeah.
I don't have to, dang, we got a kid on the way. Dang,
Yeah.
we already struggling with the bills.
Yeah.
X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. Like, no, bro, I'm not trying to fall into that.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, shoot, that could be for them whenever they come here, and not let me go make mine.
Yeah.
Wait, you were in a relationship at that moment?
No, it's just like,
Yeah, that
you gotta
future
think
is-
about like just life in general, because you have to understand, like, for me, I grew up unfortunate.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I know why though. Like, they weren't financially literate. Not their fault. They didn't really know how to capitalize on the system that we have in America. Not their fault. They're uneducated, so I can't blame them. But I'm educated.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do the opposite of what they're doing. You see what I'm saying?
All right, I want to be devil advocate on this.
What's up?
I agree with what you're saying right now. I like the way you're thinking. But in the aspect of life being short, wouldn't you want to spend a little bit of what you have? Not because, like, think about it. And I'm being devil advocate again. How about if that time doesn't ever come?
What you mean?
Like, you don't have kids or you don't have family.
I mean,
And think, and then you had it in an account. Why not spend a little bit of it? Like, what triggered you to think that way? I know you said your family, but was it more than just that? Or you didn't feel like buying materialistic things was it?
I'm not really like a materialistic person. Like,
Yeah.
you can see, like, even this watch, somebody bought me this watch. Like, I don't have no jewelry. I'm not like a really flashy person, anything like that. So it's like, okay, I make 30 bands. Do I have to spend the 30 bands to get everybody else's approval.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you rather me do? Actually spend it or actually open up my live bank account and actually show you that it's there? Like, people be flexing in the wrong ways. Like, I'm not here to flex for people type energy. Like, but, you know, throughout the years, I've spent my money. I've traveled. I've had fun. I've done everything that I've wanted to do so far. There's more things that I want to do. But, yeah, just at that moment, I was like, yo, I have it's like, think about it. You have foundation, right?
Yeah.
And then you add 30K on top of that. Now you really tucked in. Like, you have a very, very, very big cushion. You feel me? And I did all that. That 30K that I made, it only took 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I was really straight. Like,
going to work that next day, or did you go to work?
No, by that time, I had quit my job. I was already full-time Forex by that time.
Oh, before you hit the 3?
Yeah,
I
before I hit the 30, I was already full-time trading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't, bro. I was like, bro.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I signed up with you, this man was still living in the hood with 100 bands Forex trading right now, showing me live, and this nigga in the hood. That's when that fucked me up. I was like, hold on, like that's a different type of flex. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and now he's living in a nice place.
Yeah.
But I know why he did that. It's like, fuck the flex, man. Like, can I get to a point where it's like I build to the point where, well, I don't want to explain it. Explain that portion of it.
Oh, well, it's like just like how you were saying, like just build to the point where it's like you really straight, like
really up.
Like there's straight, and then there's paying your bills for a year straight.
Yeah, yeah. You told me about that. You were like, you was like, bro, you know, like my bills paid for the year, right? I was like, oh shit. Yeah,
making sure all my bills is straight for the whole
year,
which means like. So what am I going to do? Spend 30 bands, 50 bands, 60 bands here to flex up with whatever, or make sure that I literally have a roof over my head, like
the whole
100%,
year.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm not sleeping outside ever again. Like,
That's beast, bro.
That's beast.
That's a different
dope.
type of
So,
mindset.
That's a different type of mindset.
Your mindset was a
For
lot
real,
higher. I think. Do you
again,
think?
I've always been around older people? So.
But do you think the homeless thing kind of like made you not even want that other side of life?
What you mean?
As far as the luxury part of it, like as far as
being in like
That's
you could live
deep.
with so minimum. Like I don't even need like what? Why do I need a 4-bedroom penthouse and be there by myself?
That's deep, bro. That's real deep.
That's that. You know what I'm saying? Versus just calculating all my bills and being like, okay, well, rent is about $1,000, so that's about $12,000 a year, and I just made 30 bands.
So that 12, yeah, you already got 12.
And I still got 18 bands left.
The math just look good.
Yeah, numbers, bro.
Yeah, the math just
Numbers.
look good. That's dope, man. So in that process, you know, did you have a lot of haters? You know what I'm saying? People that you know was just hating on you, bro. Like, man, this shit ain't real. Like
A little bit.
It meant capping.
Because I had a lot of people, you know, in our community, because you know we all know each other.
Yeah.
Like, we all kind of went to school with each other and all that stuff. So it's like the people in our own community. I was like, yo, I just did this, and they're just like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. He ain't really doing it like that, whatever. Until I hit for the next 20,000.
Yeah.
Then it was like, okay. Then it just really started picking up. But I wouldn't necessarily say it was like hate, but it was more so like doubt. Like they didn't really trust it. You know how they always say like, you know, if somebody has a game plan and be like, all right, bro, you go do it first.
Yeah.
And then come back and let me know if it worked.
Yeah.
I did that. But I'm telling everybody now, I did that not just for me, but I did that for the whole city. Like
Oh, it's
I
nice.
really went out.
Yeah.
I found the answer.
And you
I
came back.
capitalized on it.
Yeah.
It works for me. I taught other people. It works for them. So it's like, okay, I did what you asked for. I went, see if it worked. It worked. I came back, and it works for you too.
Yeah.
That's,
What about the trading company? I mean, not company. The trading community. Like, how did they, you know, did they embrace you? Like, did you have a lot of hating ass niggas?
Because
I ain't gonna lie, the trading community can be.
the trading community is very ruthless.
Yeah, it
because
can be.
There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of ego.
Yo, my
Everybody wants
God.
to be the best trader. Everybody wants to be the best trader. But it's like the one thing that does matter about is the simple fact that most of the traders who was like really kind of having negative vibes with me was people who got stuck in the system with IML, people who was losing for like 3-4 years straight.
Yeah.
And here I am, only 6 months in, and I'm busting 30 bands. And they like,
snap.
damn, how he did that already?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's just it is what it is, bro.
That's dope.
You ain't get mad at me, though.
That's
I
big
figured it
flex
out.
right there.
Are you still cool with Eli?
Of course.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, I hit him up every day. Like, we still talk, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, you know, he's doing whatever he's doing, but it's like, we still talk. It ain't like he's not my mentor. Like, you still put me on at the end of the day. So, anything that I accomplish, that's on you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you got it, bro.
Love, bro. That's love.
And I would say, you know, a lot of things, you know, that's why, you know, I don't run with a lot of information, because people come to me sometimes and say, like, oh, man, Eli is like, he stole my money. Jack stole my money. Like, just, and I'll be like, man, y'all just mad because y'all ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't really capitalized, because it's not that they made you, you know, or stole money from you. It's like, bro, you're not really learning. Or, honestly, a lot of time, they could teach you things, right? And may not work for you, but you might have that drive to be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep continuing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, do you ever have like, you know, people come to you as like, oh man, these traders stole my money? Like,
Yeah, of course. Everywhere. Like, there's so many courses and people who have tried the whole mentorship thing in Orlando, and a lot of them have failed. A lot of them have kind of just consolidated. Yeah. Not a lot of people is like
Forex terms right there.
Nah,
consolidation. No, I'm just saying for the people that know.
Right. But it's like a lot of people haven't really elevated to the level where we at right now. Like right now, I'm on a level where I have over 500 students. Right?
Wow.
Whoa.
On my platform, 1,000 people is on my platform. 500 students have joined, right? So out of the 1,000 people that actually see me, 50% of them have joined. So it's like the 50%, you know, conversion rate. Like I'm bringing in people. It's not like, because if I was just really just doing random stuff, you know how the community is. If you trash, we gonna call you trash. Yeah. If you don't know how to trade, we gonna tell you you don't know how to trade. Like, that's just what it is.
especially them fake mentors out there, bro.
There's people who, and just to clear it up too, since we're here, there's people who sell courses, which means that they don't know how to teach. They just put together regurgitated information that's on the internet, and they just try to sell that to you. Yeah. And then, you know, there's other people who.
And we name names here, though. We name names here, though. So if you want to name names to protect the people out there, it's out there open, bro.
Look, I don't got no beef with nobody.
I feel you.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm your favorite mentor's mentor. Like,
Big facts.
So it's like, but no, it's just like, you know, you have people like that. Then you have people who have the course, but they're only selling the course so they could fund their own account that they've been blowing every week. So they really need you to join.
Yeah, they need you.
To fund their account. Yeah, and then you actually have like people who know how to teach, but they just don't know how to trade. And then you have the people who know how to trade, but don't know how to teach. So
that's
it's like
crazy.
A whole bunch of stuff. But you know, on my end, I've mastered the teaching and I mastered the trading. Yeah. So, but here's the thing that I've always advised to all my Orlando mentors that I've personally talked to. I told them all the same thing. You have to master trading first.
Oh, yeah, with that
before you
question.
teach. If your strategy is not consistent, you can't consistently bring in people. If you're consistently taking L's, everybody not going to fuck with you like that. So that's why I've been telling people. That's why my first 2 years of trading, I was just trading. Like, I was teaching, but, you know. I be telling people you got to get right, bro.
Yeah, you can't teach what you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's when the people are going to be like, oh, then you scamming me because I'm not making money.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So what is, as somebody said, what is Forex? If you want to, because a lot of people are confused of what it is.
That's a good question.
IML messed it up. I promise you.
In a way,
in the jump, because they had it in a full spectrum. They painted a picture for Forex. Like before you even knew Forex, you knew IML. And when it first came out, like people were like, "Yo," like they with IML they pushed out marketing more. Yeah. So they put Forex in like the back burner, but Forex is the main piece.
But that was the problem though with IML and like things like multi-level marketing. First off, multi-level marketing, to be like that top person who has like 1,000 different people signed up under you, the likelihood of you being that top percentage person isn't that likely. And then in Forex, only 10% of people who actually get into Forex are successful. So you're putting two low probability
Yeah.
successful things together. And you clap
That's a
the
great
game.
way of thinking about
Clap the
it.
game.
That's a great way of thinking about it. But like in a sense where like somebody really want to learn this, because it's a bunch of numbers, it's a bunch of lines. People confused. It's like, what is it? So in a very plain term, like what would you say?
So
Forex
foreign exchange, well, Forex is short for foreign exchange. And simply all Forex is that pretty much you have two economies.
Mm-hmm.
One economy is sending their money one way, while the other economy is exchanging that same amount of money the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, America just sent Ukraine $4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
The American dollar been going down.
Yeah.
Because technically, what did they just do?
Print money.
Spin.
Right?
Yeah.
But Ukraine, their currency is up because what did they just do?
They
Gain.
just they gain.
They just gained some money.
Yeah.
So you will literally see that transaction happen on the chart. And those are the transactions that we see and we try to capitalize on to, make
Yeah.
the money that we make.
Yeah.
It's not really, it's literally economics
Yeah.
on a chart.
Yeah. And you can make money in bad news or
Yeah,
because
yeah.
in the
So-
stocks.
Oh, yeah. So here's
As an investor, you stay away from like
could-
when the market is bad, you stay away from the market.
yeah, I could clarify that as
Yeah.
well, without putting, the whole strategy out there. And
No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to. No, people need to explain for it.
But so what it is, if the market drops, a lot of people have the misconception that, oh, well, the market is dropping, so people are losing money. That is false. If the market drops, people still make money. If the market goes up, people still make
making
money.
money.
The only thing about Forex is if you get into a certain trade, regardless of if it goes up or if it goes down, so long as you're correct on that trade, you will make money regardless. So market be crashing and everybody be panicking and they like, oh, market is dropping, I'm going to sell my assets and
Yeah.
things. And I'm like, okay.
So
That's why Forex is the biggest financial market.
That's what we
Yes,
can never
yeah.
lose,
Yeah.
regardless of what's going on in the world, war, coronavirus,
Yeah.
all that stuff. All that stuff did not, like, Corona was the best thing that ever happened in my life.
A lot of traders say that.
So
you
would you-
gotta explain that.
Yeah, you
'cause
gotta
people-
explain that.
Wait,
People
wait,
go crazy.
wait. Before you explain that, is it like since if things are going bad, you still making money? Is it like a prediction that is it like an option trading?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
you-
like a because with options you have like your. Well, I'm not really
Nah.
into options.
Yeah, options is like
But-
set time.
Set time?
But
Yeah.
it pretty
But
much,
do you predict that something is gonna
Yeah,
happen
so like,
and then you set your thing?
yeah, the market is pretty much it moves in price. So if the market moves from one price to the next price, the amount of movement that it did in between those prices times the investment that you initially put in equals the amount of money you make. So that's how profits work in Forex. So if you call the move,
Yeah.
or you call the direction to say, and whatever move that is times however much you invested equals your profits. So like I put in a 21 cent on NASDAQ, right? That's about $2 a point. So for every point that NASDAQ moves, I'm gonna be making $20.
So what's the point?
A point is pretty much
Boy, you
like,
got
It's a
to
pit.
pay for the course, man.
Nah. Just a basic understanding of
I'm
it.
joking.
a point is basically like a number. Like if it moved from 13,000 to 13,010, that was 10 points. So right now, currently in the trades that I'm holding right now, that 21 cent, because of how much I invested,
Yeah.
every point that goes up, I make $20. Currently, I'm up 10,000 on that trade right now.
Yeah.
So that means the amount of points that it needed to move was about 500 points. Because 500 times,
But I'm not good at math. Don't
you,
even
you
look at me.
already
I'm not good at math, dog.
know how that goes. You
Oh,
already
you
know how that
do.
goes.
Now, but go over the because a lot of people, again, a lot of people have that misconception where it's like if it's bad, oh shit, take your money,
Yeah.
put it on the
Yeah,
bank.
that's
And then
false.
you said coronavirus was like, so how?
Oh, yeah,
Explain to where?
coronavirus is so crazy because the market, when you actually put certain events
Yeah,
and you look at the market from those exact dates, you'll realize that it's all just a big game.
Yeah.
We done been through Corona. We done been through Ebola.
9/11.
Right? We done been through 9/11. Like, this is our third war. What? We
Yeah.
went through 9/11, and then with Obama, we had what? Terrorists.
yeah.
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
And now the Ukraine war. It's like every single time the market popping off, we somehow it's in the fight. This is
Yep.
mysteriously happening at random.
Yeah.
It's not random.
Yeah.
The market is never random, and I can tell you that for sure. It's very predictable.
Damn, man.
So doing forex trading are you constantly watching the news?
No, I don't look at news for Forex. I am the news. I be calling out plays before the news happens.
Yeah.
If you look at my Facebook story and my Facebook timeline right now, I've been telling everybody to hop into Tesla. Tesla been up for 4 weeks. I've been telling everybody hop into Airbnb. Airbnb been up for 4 weeks. I've been telling everybody get into Robinhood. Robinhood been up for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything that I've called so far has been up for 4 to 5 weeks straight. But people be like, "Yo, when is it gonna happen?"
Yeah, when is it?
But
Yeah.
that's where people start losing, because now that everybody can see it, that's when they want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, now it's, the market is booming, and then that's when people get in after the boom happens.
Yeah, after the boom
But I
happened.
be
yeah.
telling people like, yo, this is gonna happen, so get in now before the play. Because remember, how do you make money in Forex or even in stocks?
Yeah.
You have to get in with a certain investment, and then from this number to that number times
It goes
however
up, yeah.
much you invest equals profits.
Yeah.
So in order to make money, you got to catch the move before it happens.
Yeah.
If you get in after it happens, no bread, or you lose.
Yeah.
So what
Even.
what about the people that trade based on news? Fundamental traders. How do you feel about them?
So here's how I feel, right? Remember when I said
So
that-
somebody hit me up trying to sign me up for that.
Nah, 'cause here's how I feel. Here's how I feel. Right? Here's how I feel about news. You can't report on a car accident unless the car accident happens first.
Okay.
Like, you can't just go out in the street and be like, hey, there's a car accident,
Tyson, yeah.
without actually being a car accident.
Yeah.
So what happens first? The event happens first in the market,
Yeah.
and then they talk about it. So by the time you're listening to the news, you too late.
Yeah.
It already happened.
Yeah.
Or the market is sending you the wrong way temporarily before the actual move happens.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people be getting clapped on that too.
Yeah.
So,
How you feel about funded accounts? And I know that's kind of like a new thing now.
What's
Yeah,
that
it is.
though?
a funded account is pretty much you pay, like, for example, FTMO. You pay like
That's
$600.
big.
You pay like $600, and this is for like the highest package. You pay like $600, and they give you a $100,000 demo account, and they give you requirements, and they say, hey, look, if you can make 10 bands off this 100,000, and then make an extra 5 bands off this 100,000, we'll give you a real $100,000 account, and whatever money you make off of that account, you keep 70%. It's cool, I guess, if you don't have like a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I mean, a student just joined me Saturday. He put in $20, and he already up a band and a half.
That's what I think. That's what the problem is, where people think that.
You need a lot of money to trade.
Yeah, the build
Yeah.
account. Yeah,
Nah, that's
Yo, I had somebody that told me like, bro, man, I don't want to do that, man. I don't wanna like pay them every month. What? Dude, you could put $20 right now.
Yeah.
I'm MetaTrader, bro.
yeah, and
And then
come up.
you pay you or whoever, probably what, 300?
Yeah, every month.
Not even what? You pay like once, right?
Oh yeah, I have a one-time payment of $1,000.
Listen, $1,000. Let's say you get a check. Let's just you get a check for like every 2 weeks. You get a check for like 3,000.
income tax.
You invest that 1,000.
Income tax.
Exactly. And then you literally like, you know what? This $20, I'm gonna put him aside. I'm gonna put it aside. I'm gonna learn as much as I can from this guy. Guarantee that $20 is gonna be up.
Yeah, bro.
But
And man,
people have that misconception where it's like, nah, I gotta pay every month. I gotta spend all my money. It's like, bro, I learned that like that's one thing for me that's one thing that I realized that I wasn't doing because I wasn't really getting into education. Like I wasn't really getting the books for real. Mm-hmm. That's why I was getting clapped. Like,
yeah, but it's just misinformation. Like, think about it. A lot of people think, oh, you need a lot of money to trade, right? And then you have all these big time Forex people on the internet, and they have $50,000 accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So all the money you see them making does not translate to your $200 to your $100 account.
Yeah.
So it's like they're thinking like, oh, I could put $100 and make just as much as them.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Like, you can, but not the way they showing it to
Yeah.
you. So that's why, like me, the thing that sets me aside from a lot of Forex traders, and the thing that, you know, remember when you were talking about like the haters thing?
Yeah.
The thing that makes a lot of people in our community salty is the simple fact that they consistently see me take $200 to over 10 to 20 to even right now $60,000 when they had to start with 10 bands, 20 bands, or even get a funded account to even look at those numbers.
Okay.
And it's like, think about the skill, right? We're talking about skill. I used less than you, but I'm making just as much as you.
Yeah. That's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, dang, I needed this $100,000 account to make $60,000,
Yeah.
and I'm like, but I used 200
That's
bucks.
that's the difference between a skilled trader and someone that's just trading.
Yeah, it's trading.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, and I shout out my guru, my coach, Q Banks, and he has all. I don't know if you know Q Banks.
You know,
You know him?
we all know all these, you know,
Shout out
people
to
who've been here.
Yeah.
shout out to my mentor Q, and he talks about it all the time as well. Like if you can't build a $50, $20 account to a good amount, then imagine having 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna blow it. Because you don't have
That's
the
a fact.
fundamentals. You don't
That's
have the
a fact.
fundamentals.
Because
Yeah.
like a lot of people fail the FTMO challenge, right?
Yeah.
But if you really think about it mentally, they say, okay, take $100,000 and make 10,000.
Yeah.
Let's rephrase that question. Here's $100. Make $10 off of this.
Yeah.
That's the challenge.
Yeah, they can't do it. They can't.
They can't do
Yeah,
it.
they
But I
can't.
got I gotta say, because this
can't.
year I started with $20. I grew it to $500. That made me feel so good, because when you think $20 a little, $20 like
Yeah,
$500.
yeah, 500.
So it's just like
Yeah,
that skill to do that is, man, it's education. You got to get on the books for real, man.
So would you say your system is like a copy and paste? Because most of the people
No,
out there,
copy and paste. I bet
Like,
you work for it.
okay.
Me, I teach you exactly how to do it. Like on the charts, how to find the exact entries, how to get in, how to do all that. How to get in, how to get out, how to calculate risk management, exactly what the market is doing and why it's doing it. Not just, oh, well, it looks like this. No, it looks like this because
of this. Yeah.
So that's how I teach. That's why, like, literally, like I was saying earlier, this dude literally, bro, I could play the what. If you see my story, he was like, dude, so you're telling me with your strategy, I could turn this little $27 account into like over $1,000 by next Friday. He already had $1,500, and he only been in my course for 3 days.
That's amazing.
Bro, that's
Shout out.
amazing.
What's his name? Shout him out. You got his name?
Antoine. Yeah, my
Big
student,
shout out,
man.
Antoine.
Big
man.
shout out.
Big
Big
shout out.
shout out.
Yeah,
When we drop it, we need his tag.
Oh yeah,
So
I
we can
got
tag,
you. I
bro.
got you. Yeah, man, I've done things in the Forex industry that people haven't really heard of before. Like I have millionaire students.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
six-figure students.
I met one.
Yeah, I have millionaire students. I have 6-figure students. I have 5-figure students. I have people who pretty much on like my type of mentality. Like my bills are paid.
Yeah.
You don't have to go ham in Forex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making an extra $200-$300 on the side by just sitting on your ass. Like
Yeah.
that's better than going to work and having
True.
to get up and get dressed and go do all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So we interview a lot of artists, and we always ask them about their community, right? What's going on? What's the vibe? Is it support? Is it there's a lot of hating going on? Is it in a way where it's like you feel comfortable in that community where y'all can just push forward and just do some big shit? So in the trading community, how do you feel?
Well, for
What's the
people like-
issue? Like, do you or is it an issue?
You want to know what the issue is in the trading community? Everybody wants to be up front. Everybody wants to be the main guy, right? Everybody wants to be the person who actually is like front and center of it all or whatever. And I'm all like, everybody has different versions of that. So like you have people who are social media strong. So they're able to advertise good. They're able to, talk to you. There's people who just strictly teach. Like me, I strictly teach, I strictly trade. I'm in the cut. So I'm not really big on social media, but when it comes down to that skill,
Yeah.
it's undeniable type vibe. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, also something else is like with that ego, people won't give you your credit.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I know hella traders.
Yeah.
You know all the traders, especially in our, group of circles who know me. How many people you see give me a shout out? Out of all the traders that, except for like a few, like Sarai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sarai
Like,
big
Sarai,
on that.
that's my dog. That's
Yeah,
my
she
dog.
big
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, yeah.
I was just about to say that. Big shout out to
that's my dog.
Sarai.
We did a little collab, and you know what I'm saying, that was cool. So it's like, Sarai, she'll give me a shout out. and like Eli, he'll give me a shout out. But like all the other traders who know me,
Yeah.
who look at my story every day, who
Yeah.
follow me, never give me a shout out, and they know I'm doing numbers that are unheard of.
Yeah.
Like taking 200 to 60,000 is okay. Let me give you this perspective. If you make 100% of your account, which means you start with 100, you make 100. That's 100%, which means
Dang.
times 2.
Yeah.
I turned 200 to 60,000. That is a $29,000. That's a 29,000% increase
From
Dang.
that original
from
investment.
the original investment. That number is unheard of.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give me props on that though. So
There's just a lot of hating.
So it's
Yeah,
a
bro.
pride thing.
It's a pride
like,
thing.
It's like the skill. At the end of the day, we could come together to make like a event.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like when it comes down to like coming together to make a group, because everybody's going to be like, well, my way is the best way to teach.
Yeah.
And it's like for me personally, not saying that, people can't teach, but people can't teach.
Yeah.
So it's like for me, anytime I try to collaborate with people, I'd be like, look, first thing we got to focus on, we got to make sure this education right. Ooh. And it never falls through because people not about that teaching life. People not about that putting in work study life. So I'm like, all right, yeah, do what you got to do. I mean,
So-
I'm just going to be in the cut.
Yeah.
Doing what I got to do. You feel me?
Yeah. So we're gonna play this little game before we end. We usually play.
Before that, where do you see yourself in
I was
5
about to say
years?
that.
Oh, where do I see
Yeah,
myself
yeah.
in 5 years? Honestly, I'm trying to like use my Forex money to go into like different businesses. So I want to go into like real estate, but not like traditional real estate.
Yeah.
B&Bs. I want to do rentals because like we in Florida, everybody gonna need a car. A lot of people be asleep. Again, let me say this for everybody who's listening. We are in the middle of Florida. Stop complaining about, oh, well, people are moving here. There's too many people here. The more people, the more money. The reason why you're complaining is because you're working. If you have a business, the more people who are in your area, the more customers you have.
Yeah.
The more customers you have, the more revenue you have. So, and the more people that come, the city will adjust itself and upgrade itself to the point where, you know what I'm saying? Like, technically, I'm not going to lie, and I feel like this is just beyond Forex, just like an Orlando thing. The city's mentality, we don't really like seeing other people win because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know why it is like that in Orlando. I haven't been here long enough to understand why that has been.
It's
a
funny.
thing.
A lot of people been telling us that.
Yeah, a lot
people
of
wanna
them.
move out of Orlando and be like X, Y, and Z, but at the same time, it's crazy because you'll have two artists
Yeah.
from Orlando. They'll never collab.
Yeah.
Those same two artists will go to Atlanta.
Yeah, and collab with them.
Make it popping in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But Orlando don't.
Orlando.
Exactly.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing? Like, why can't people in Orlando grind? Like, we supposed to be Miami. We're supposed to be like Cali.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be like Atlanta. Florida is like what, the top 5 states full of millionaires.
Damn,
Like, we have more bread than everybody.
Yeah.
But yet we don't like working together.
Yeah.
Now imagine if we did work together.
It would be crazy.
Man.
No, it'd be a movie. It would be a
It'll
movie.
be a movie for
And
real,
it's
so.
crazy how like we interview artists, we interview people that do different type of businesses,
Right.
and they say the same
They say the
thing.
same
dog.
thing.
Like,
Orlando is not it.
It's not it. It's like
okay, there's people who have been trading before me, right?
yeah,
There's been conversations about collabs and stuff, but I don't necessarily agree with how they conduct business. So it's not like I have anything against you. It's just the way you run a business. I can't have that on my name.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't work with you.
yeah,
So that's the only reason why I won't work with somebody. But people would just real deal just be hating for real, and they just don't want
Yeah.
to work with you. They don't want to put you on like how what you guys are doing now. Put me
Yeah.
on your platform. Most people won't do that. They get scared because they know the moment everybody see what
Yeah.
I have to offer
Yeah.
is game over for whatever they got going on.
I mean,
So then, it's like
yeah.
It's like
I got you.
imagine if
I
Michael
got
Jordan,
what you.
right?
Yeah.
Imagine if Michael Jordan was just as nice as he was,
Yeah.
but the league just didn't see him. But he was just that nice though.
Yeah.
But if one person seen him,
Yeah,
then he'll be in the NBA. Everybody
Yeah.
will be looking at him. He could be showing out the way that he wants to. And it's not like showing out, but at the end of the day, I know that Forex has helped my friends. It's helped my family, my students. It's helped their kids, themselves. They've come out of like financial situations in themselves, you know, just off of whatever. So at the end of the day, I know that the knowledge that I have works, and it really, really works. So I'm not trying to get out there for the sake of me being like out there, because I don't really care about the cameras.
Yeah.
I just want people to actually know the truth about
truth.
Forex and, you know, grind and make their money and, you know, freedom. Like, black people be like, where the reparations at?
Yeah.
In the market.
I said the market.
No,
Forex.
literally, like, if you only had $100 to your name, and that was your net worth, $100. You go to the Nike store, you buy a pair of shoes for $100. You put those shoes on, you walk out the store. Is your net worth still $100?
Nah.
No.
Depreciates.
It depreciates.
Facts.
But Nike, they only use $10 to make that shoe. They come up off of 90, and we taking an L.
Yeah.
So here's how the market works. Us, we're the people who's going down because we're spending the bread.
Yeah.
On the other side, they're the people who are making the money, right?
Yeah.
And people would be mad, be like, oh, well, the white man is holding us down, woo, this, that, and the third. But it's like, you're literally giving him the money. So instead of giving him the money, invest your money with him.
Yeah.
And
take
then
them
all
off
the
of-
other people who's spending their bread, you eat off of them. So that's really how the market works. Like, for every dollar you spend, for every hour that you spend clocking in at your job, you are generating revenue for a bigger company. And those are the companies I invest in. So you literally clocking in, I'm making money off of that.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it works for real.
Yeah.
But
so-
go ahead and tell the people how to reach you though, like your social media and your course.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So, you know, Charles LLC, that's my business. MTA FX is my, you know, brand or whatever. You can catch me on Instagram, Master Trader _JR. My course, my most sold recommended course is my $1,000 course. I'll offer everything from videos, education, access to all the group chats, access to the website. I personally teach you myself. When you come to me, I'm not sending you over to some other person who also don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
When you come to me, you are directly learning from me. And I have a 1-year subscription. So you come, pay $1,000, you learn for a year. We learn, you trade, and you basically rock with me for a year. So whatever I see, I'm going to put you on.
Put you on, yeah.
And I have enough confidence to the point where whatever I teach you, you can put me on.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at the same thing every day.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I've been doing. I'm not a course seller. I had said this early on my story. I'm not a course seller. I'm not finna jump in people DMs begging them to join my course because I'm already educated. So the education is not for me. Like, you know how people be like, oh, well, I'm paying him. You're not paying me. You're paying Charles LLC. That's a completely different entity for myself.
Yeah. That's dope.
Because I'm up right now.
Yeah.
Why do I like? Okay, my course is 1,000, right? I'm up 60 bands. I would have to literally convince 60 people to join my course to make that much money.
Yeah.
Who got time for that?
Yeah.
Who got time to talk to 60 people? Like, no.
So, all right. So before we end, I want to play this little game. It's called This or That. So I'm gonna say two things and you choose one.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go business. We're gonna name some business people that you look forward to and look up to. So we're gonna go with Jay-Z or Diddy. Which one?
Jay-Z,
Why?
because we have the same birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, really?
snap.
Yeah, December 4th.
Dang, that's crazy.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
dope.
man,
That's what's
Sagittarius in the house, man. We out here.
A big shout out.
Yeah. All right. So who got Kanye, right? Or what's the guy that did forgot his name.
He a rapper?
No, he created Gucci. I forgot his name.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Hold on.
I don't know who you talking about.
Find one. Find good one.
All right. What about time or money?
Time or money? Golly. Yeah, because one thing that I preach is time is money. Like,
So you going with time?
Yeah, I'm going with time.
I would agree with that because I
You
always
need
think
time
about
to make money.
exactly. Time flows with everything.
Yeah, bro, you need time to make money, bro.
All right.
Okay, Steve Jobs or Jeff Bezos?
I'll say Jeff Bezos. because of like like the simple fact that like all the other big time investors have been here for multiple years, and he kind of like just came into the game, and he already more up than everybody. You know,
I mean, I think Steve Jobs would have still took care of business if he was still alive. You know, but I see where your perspective is.
Wait, what about Jeff Bezos or
Elon Musk?
yeah, Elon Musk?
Yeah, he was going stupid. Yeah, he going stupid.
yeah, man, Elon Musk all day.
All right, what about Bill or Mark Zuckerberg?
Ooh,
Bill who?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Oh, Bill
You
Gates.
tried Bill.
I almost forgot. For where we are heading now,
He jumping into the metaverse.
I gotta give it to Mark, man.
Yeah.
Especially because I just got done looking at the numbers today. That's a little play right there. Just,
Okay.
just laying it down.
A trader or investor?
Trader or investor? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of the same thing. But because investors, you can invest in multiple things outside of just Forex and stocks.
Yeah.
But as far as the speed of the money, Forex.
So that'd be a trader.
Traders. Yeah, being a trader is way faster than being an investor.
Yeah, the investor, that waiting game.
Yeah, but
Wait, I
it
got
comes
a
in
question,
lump sums, But
I got a quick question though. Is it like for the people that wants to get in Forex? Like, is there different ways? Like, can someone? All right, so let's say they don't want to do the work. They just want to invest their money into the market and make a profit. Is that possible? Like
yes,
flipping?
Yes, but I would advise doing it the regular way. So getting like a Robinhood or getting a TD Ameritrade or a Merrill Lynch account or something like that. Because that way you don't have to be attentive to your charts. You don't have to be on your charts all the time. You could just put money in and just wait. And it'll
Gotcha.
just,
Take
do
care
what
of
it has.
itself.
Yeah, take care of itself versus actually having to be there for when the moment's ready and then you get in. But
Gotcha.
that's a style I like personally.
Yeah.
For
Gotcha.
just a normal person, just put your money in, wait, cash out. Them
Yeah,
little stocks and stuff on
yeah,
cash
yeah.
out, tap in. All them things be hitting if you know how to do it right.
Yeah, if you know how to do it.
All right. Got two more.
All right.
Mark Cuban or Oprah Winfrey. They're both creators. Mark almost created YouTube. I hope y'all in that.
You say Mark Cuban?
Yeah, he did.
Mark Cuban,
He sold
talking
it,
about
though.
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And Oprah, she got a a whole television.
I'm going to say Oprah.
Why?
Hey, man, shout out to the black women winning.
Yeah,
The
word.
black women winning.
Billy.
All right.
I'm gonna go old time. Last one's gonna be old time. I want to know if you know history.
Oh, I got one more after you.
I bet. Madam C.J. Walker.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Of course.
Okay. And I got hold on. Henry Ford.
Ooh.
Mm.
You green, bro.
Yes, you agree.
Two goats.
You green, bro.
Our parents wasn't alive.
I ain't
bruh.
even gonna hold you on that one. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's mad diss.
Without Ford, you wouldn't get cars. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And without Madam, you wouldn't get all them like
Mom and
really
pops,
just
like,
mom and pop's
entrepreneur,
hair
yeah.
products. I mean,
Well, she was Henry Ford's older than her, right? He was
nah,
before.
they were on the same. They lived. It was neighbors.
Oh yeah, in the
for
movie,
real.
yeah.
If you watch the movie on Netflix,
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
You
yeah.
talking
talking-
about like with the you said with the hair and the products and all
Yeah.
yeah,
that?
she
the
created.
grind.
Yeah,
Oh man.
That's great.
she really was the first as far as like just the beauty industry. She was the first. She was the first.
I'm gonna say Mark, and here's why. Because the impact that the beauty industry has in today's society, 90% of the beauty industry is black consumers. So $1 billion industry, 90% of that money is coming directly from the black people. I don't really like that because we're spending too much money.
Yeah, too much money.
Like too much money to the point where it's actually putting a hole in our society. Like
Dang.
that's why though, you know, us being natural, like acting like, you know, be natural, like having natural hair, whatever the case may be, not trying to do like too much.
Yeah.
Is the way to go because I mean, yeah, it costs more technically, but that's the thing. It's like it costs more to keep up your natural hair than it is to throw on whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the trap.
Okay.
That's the whole point. They
Yeah,
want you to spend money either way it goes.
Yeah. So you go with Henry?
Yeah.
All right. Will Smith or Chris Rock?
And we gonna end on this one right there.
Dang, I just had this conversation the other day, too.
Oh man.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, you talk about somebody's, you know, the wife. It is what it is. Now,
It's all up.
You gonna get the smoke.
yeah, you gonna
It's all
get
up.
it, man. But, you know, I just didn't like the fact that, you know, we have two black legends
Legends, goats.
acting up
Yeah.
in a white people, you know, the
Yeah.
white people's ceremony,
Yeah.
you know, because, you know, now they're going to be like, oh, well, this is what happens when you bring black people to
Yeah.
You know how that go.
But listen, man, I appreciate you stepping in.
man.
Definitely share your story. And, you know, with us, you know, we definitely love to but we love to kind of, you know, embrace our guests and their story. And definitely, man, when you up, you're going to look back. You're like, man, I remember when I was busting 30K. now you busting billions.
Billions.
Yeah, man. You know, I
Facts.
gotta make sure I have to remember every single person who was with me throughout this journey and stuff like that. Like everybody who is a part of my journey, you already know who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's a long list.
Yeah.
So everybody already knows what they contributed, and you know, I always got to give credit to that because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? It was through their support, through my struggles, that I was able to finally find that first, you know, place of stability and then climb up from there. Because mentally, I always knew what I had to do.
Yeah.
It's just I was physically burdened because of my situation.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, a lot of people in my situation, they would have folded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have folded,
Absolutely.
and then they would have been, you know, still struggling out of the streets, probably in jail or
Or working
doing
a 9 to 5. You know,
or that
go back
too,
to that.
but,
Yeah.
you know, that's how
Yeah,
it
man.
goes.
But appreciate it, you know. And then definitely, man, y'all look out for this episode. A lot of gems.
Yes.
A lot
That's
of
it.
jams, man. So if
So-
you didn't catch it, man, I don't know what to tell you.
Bro. That's all
For
I
real.
have to say. Y'all know. You
Wait,
know
what's
I'm the
your social media again?
to Master Trader _Junior, man. I
You
will
heard it
be
here first.
spamming the feeds with profits only. That's me. I'm very annoying when it comes down to that.
I heard it first.
Really be mad. It's like, dang, he's still up.
Yeah,
He's
he's still up. He's still going up.
Yes, I'm still up, bro.
But yeah, definitely appreciate y'all stepping us, man. Hey, man, we out.
Man, appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate the listeners, and thank you again, bro, for coming here. And a lot of the things that you were talking about, like you were so humble about it. So I love that personality about
Man,
you.
I'm not here to flex.
Yeah.
That's not where I come from.
Facts. So make sure whoever listening, man, go ahead and leave a review on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, whatever it is, you know, wherever you're listening to the podcast, just leave a review because that's gonna help us. And big shout out to the Click House, and we out, man. Let's get it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.